Yeah, baby. If you missed our last two events, you missed a lot of fun with great people that know how to party.
Go, girl. Go, mama.
Nothing better than the old school, mature crowd making new friends, making new memories, and living life as it's meant to be. Together, having fun, and enjoying ourselves. My name is Karen Stacy, and I have my own talk show.
Shit handshake for the elderly. Shit handshake. I fucking can't.
Make sure you tune into my talk show, Coffee Talk with Karen, weekdays at 11 a.m. And make sure you tune into Real Talk with Karen Stacy, Tuesday evenings. You can find me on all social media platforms. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. You can find me on all podcast platforms as well. So we keep it old school. We have fun, and it's great people meeting great people. Let's spread some love and light in this world and get back to living again. I can't wait to see you guys soon. Made so many great memories, so many new friends. I don't know. It's freaking awesome, man. So I will see you guys really, 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 really soon. Don't forget to tune in. I love ya. Bye.
Lisa,
Hey, it's Coffee Talk with Karen. Leave me the fuck alone.
Good morning. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Happy hump day, y'all. Let's see who's here. Look, my glasses are dark because I was outside. Good morning. Good morning. Happy hump day. It's Wednesday. Can you guys even fathom that we are at the end of July? Right? I think, what is today? The 28th. August 1st is Sunday. I mean, we were just like freezing and in like snow and everything else. And now like the summer is like over. How did that happen? Fuck if I know. So yeah, I'm just like really like taken aback that this is even happening at this point. There is somebody beeping like crazy out there right now. So let me check in. First of all, thank you guys for tuning in to Coffee Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on the Karen Stacy page. For any of you that are new, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button on the Karen Stacy page and turn your notifications on so that you don't tell me, oh, I didn't know you were on. And then go to the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. Hit join. You will also get the notifications. You can subscribe on YouTube and Twitch, Real Talk Karen Stacy. And do not forget that I do record all of the shows, and after the show, it is uploaded onto all major podcasts. So whatever your favorite is, I'm on Pandora, TuneIn, Spotify, Google, Apple, your sister. I'm everywhere. So you can't not find me. So I need a favor for those of you that are tuned in. I need two favors. Number one, I need you to share out the video. Yesterday, we had some great numbers going on. I want to see today's numbers get there as well. And tag your friends and make sure that you comment, because you know, when you comment, it just makes the show more fun, in my opinion. So I'm gonna say good morning. I might actually, like, this fan is actually almost too much for me right now. So hold on. Don't move. I'll be right back. All right, I'm coming. Believe it or not, that fan was blowing me too much. I'm not used to it. All right, I'm back. I'm back. And plus, it's so much quieter without that damn fan on. I mean, I love my friend Frank, though, for helping me out with that fan. It has saved my life. All right, so let me say good morning to some of y'all. I see somebody, it says Facebook user, good morning with a coffee cup. I do not see your name. So good morning to you. Giselle, good morning. Hi, my Carmela. Cheryl, you're on Twitch. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for sharing. Hi, Gina. Pauline, good morning. Facebook user. I date a lot of beautiful women, all ages, enjoying my life. I was married once. If it happens again, maybe. Okay, I'm not sure who that is. It's just coming up, Facebook user. Just so that you understand, this is what I see, as opposed to this where I know it's the beautiful Pauline. So, you know, if I'm not saying your name, it's cause I can't see it. Let me see who else is checking in. I didn't think I was that far behind. Okay, here I am. Plus the fact that I can't see. Hi, Debbie. Good morning. Oh my gosh, I'm so frustrated. Was on the phone since 8:45 with AT&T. I'm over it. Oh, please. I know dealing with people is a full-time job. I always say that. It's crazy. Hey, David, how are you? Good morning, Sylvia, my girl. How are you? Marianne. I am single, bilingual, and ready to mingle. I fucking love it. Glad to see your smiling face. You are too kind. Thank you. Let me see who else is here. Oh, you like my glasses? Thank you, Mama. Remember, you guys, VogueMe.com, VOOGUEME.com. Use the code 15KS and get 15% off of your glasses. Let me see who else. Okay, Marianne, summer is definitely going by too soon. Too soon. I might as well keep my winter clothes in the closet. I have to tell you that I am terrible like that. I was scutching Carmela because I need some like bin things or whatever. I think my dresser is like dead. I think I've broken it because of all the clothes I shove in there. And I need like these like things just to throw my bathing suits and stuff in, because it's true. I still have my summer clothes. I'm not organized like that. You know how some people have their summer and their winter and they do the whole thing. And, you know, when it comes to, you know, whatever time of the year, they take all the winter stuff and they put it somewhere, and then which is the right thing to do. Of course, I don't do those things. And my house looks like Saudi Arabia upstairs with my clothes. And I'm finally to the point where I'm ready to shoot myself in the head because there's just like clothes everywhere and I have to do something about it. So tomorrow the weather's supposed to be caca. So I'm hoping I can get something done tomorrow that would resemble organization. Let me see. Christine. Hola, muñeca. All right. Lisa G. Happy to have you. Missed you. Monica, I missed you. I'm glad you're back. Hi, Vanessa. Good morning. Rita M. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Marianne, being single is okay to a point, but finding the right guy is like finding a needle in a haystack. Yeah, right. So I see somebody, it says Facebook user, somebody said, hey, I don't know who you are. Another Facebook user said, good morning. if you guys are on my page, my personal page, like just the Karen Stacy, not the public page, you're probably the ones who I cannot see your names. Savion, I'm single. I'm waiting for Christine. Christina. I can't go live Facebook, so I'm here. No worries, Cheryl. We're happy to have you no matter how you're here. Okay, Debbie, I'm married, very happy. Married only 7 years, but together for 31. Go for it. Laura, good morning. Thank you for joining us again. Gina, not so organized. I use bins. Problem is, don't switch them. I just leave them and pull the clothes. Yeah, I have mine in a bag, and I do the same thing. Glad you can't see me. I'm bad. Love me. Who the hell is that? Hi, Mike from Florida. Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about that. You guys saw what I wrote, right? So now this is the thing that, all right, share out the video and get your friends in here, because I don't want to hear nothing when everybody's like, oh, wait, what are we talking about? Huh? What? Okay, Marianne, Karen, in my opinion, going back to Thursday, and that Carlos should have tried to find you and say hi that day in the club. Marianne, I'm going to leave it where it is. I love you and thank you. And I'm sorry that was not the case. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about this. So the question is, are you single, married, complicated? But most importantly, are you happy? So let me see if I can post this. Are you happy with your, what would we call that? Marital status? Marital status. Would that even be, I mean, I'm just trying to put as little words as possible. And I'm sure somebody's going to say, well, I'm not married. And that's not what that means. But that's okay. I'm going to do it like that. Okay. So, we talked about this, right? We did a show about, is it, easier to be single, right? We talked about a lot of different things. And, so I was thinking about this, like, I think about this often. So, like, for instance, we just talked about the fact that, like, my room looks like Saudi Arabia because my summer clothes, my winter clothes, there's a clothing explosion in my room. If I was in a relationship and somebody was, I wouldn't, they would never, like, my husband would have killed me if there was, clothes like this all over the place. Right. So, like, in one aspect, yeah, it's, being single, has its perks, right? Because if you don't feel like putting your clothes away, you don't feel like cooking, you don't feel like showering, you don't really have to, right? Because ain't nobody there smelling your ass, and ain't nobody there, telling you the house is a mess, et cetera, right? And then, also, like, you could do whatever you want to do, basically, right? But I talked about this too, right? We all have to have, what the hell was I just about to say? I was reading the comments and it just went right out of my head. We all kind of sort of answer to people regardless, right? So, like, for me, I'm a single parent, right? So therefore, if I go and do something, I have to clear it. I got to tell my kid that I'm going somewhere. I got to tell, my in-laws who will watch him or whoever's watching him that I'm going somewhere. So, you have to get permission to do things, right? And it's just, common courtesy. Well, for me, it's not common courtesy. It's like you ain't going nowhere until your kid is, taken care of. So, we're always having to share our agenda with people, so to speak, right? Because we can't just, unless you're single, and you have no kids, and you're single, then, you come and go as you please if you don't have, let's say, a roommate or whatever. But so, I'm experiencing both, right? I mean, I was married. I was with my husband a long time. And I have to say that, and I've talked about this before, marriage is the hardest thing you will ever do. And I've said this countless times on the air. Marriage is the hardest thing you will ever do. And the hardest thing you will ever do successfully. You can be married, but have a shitty marriage, right? And a lot of people settle. And so they'll have a shitty marriage and, the person is there. They could give a shit whether they're there or not, but that person is still there. So then you have the marriages that you see these couples and you can just see the love pouring out of them. And then you ask them like, well, how long have you been married? And they'll tell you like 20 years. You're like, get out of here. You're not married 20 years. You guys like each other. Like, what's up with that? And it's the thing about a relationship is that it has to be nurtured and worked on. So you can't just, look, some of us, I got to work out. I got to eat right. I got to do whatever to keep myself looking the way I want to look. I don't just wake up in the morning and my body is the way I want it to. My face is the way I want it to. My hair is the way I want it to, et cetera, et cetera. You got to work for that shit. Some of us, some of you frigs out there got all of the above, right? They got the gorgeous skin, the gorgeous hair, the gorgeous body, and they don't do a friggin' thing. They just wake up like that, right? God bless you. But, for some of us, we have to work to look the way we want to look. So when you have a career, if some people start off, no one starts off in the mailroom saying like, wow, this is the greatest job ever. I hope I'm here the rest of my life. No, you start off in the mailroom so that eventually maybe you're going to end up as a VP, right? Got to start somewhere. So if you're in a relationship, why is that any different? Like, the reason why it's different is because we do all of these other things. So by the end of the day, when we finally see our significant other, we got nothing left to give to them because we gave all of what we had to the above mentioned. And the order needs to be reversed on that, right? So it's like, okay, let's talk about finances. Okay, let me give you another analogy. You're not going to go buy yourself, well, maybe you are if you're a selfish, person, but if you're running a household and everybody has to eat, you know that your budget is $200 for food, but you really want this pair of shoes that's $50. Now, maybe you can go to the supermarket and there are great sales and you're able to get everything your family needs for $150 so they can eat for the week and you can buy yourself those shoes. But if you go and buy yourself the shoes and leave yourself short for the money that you were supposed to spend on your family, then you did it backwards. Right? So that's kind of like the same thing here. We should be taking care of our relationships, nurturing our relationships, whether it's friendship, whether it's, romantic, or whether it's family, right? Because the truth of the matter is that we take people for granted. You know what? They'll be there when I get back. See ya. Right? So I think it's so important to remember, for those of you that are married, and I'm gonna, like, in a minute when I shut up, I'm gonna go through this because I want to know a lot of like people's statuses. So, for those of you that are married, I'm not talking like out of my ass, because I was married, and I was married to the love of my life. And I would pick my husband out in a crowd every single time. He was my best friend. He was my whole world. And was it easy? Hell no. I went through a lot with that man. I mean, we met when we were 21 years old. So do I need to tell you what it was like between like 20 and 30? Bad. Okay. But you got to work on things, and you got to make it happen. It doesn't just happen. Yes. Sometimes, and that's not really, people gel. Okay. So it shouldn't be that difficult is what I'm trying to say. The energy, what's the word I'm looking for? The bond, all of those things should be there, but you have to work on the fundamentals of it, because, like, we're different people. We come from different backgrounds. So what might work for you doesn't work for me. It's always good to have kind of like similar interests and similar things. I have, I know someone that's, going through a divorce, and they were saying that this person and their spouse really had no commonalities. So like, they wanted to go to the beach and their spouse didn't. They wanted to exercise, their spouse didn't. Whatever the case. And you know what? Sometimes you got to take one for the team. And I remember Joey used to love to play pool, right? Now, I'm not a pool person. I don't do anything where I'm chasing a ball. You know what I'm saying? So, he liked to play pool. So I'm like, fuck it. Okay, we'll go. I'll sit there. I'll drink. You play pool. They get crazy. Who's winning? Who's this? Who's that? But whatever. So you do it. He hated shopping. Took me until we were married to get him to do it. But he had to sit through that shit too. Come on, motherfucker. You're coming shopping with me. Can I have the credit card? So this is like, you got to give and take. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't want to do that. Everybody's all about me. I don't like to do that. I don't want to do that. And when you've been married a long time or in a relationship for a long time, it's a lot easier to not do that, right? So when we're younger and we're stupid, we do whatever. Oh, okay, you want to go there? Okay, we'll do that. Now it's like, I don't like that. I ain't going. Because when you get older, you know what you want and you know what you don't want, which is why, in my opinion, starting over again later in life has its challenges, because finding that right person that you're compatible with, that has the same interests, that has the same likes, that has the similar values, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's very tricky. So there's a lot to be said for that. So now let's compare. Okay, so now you're single. I'll do what I want. I don't care. I want to go out. I'm leaving now. Bye. See ya. Right? I don't feel like cleaning the house today. I ain't cleaning. Right? Okay. So there are those benefits, right? But what about those days when you get that bad news and you find out that someone you love just died, or, whatever the case may be, and you're sitting there and you're crying by yourself because you have nobody there to comfort you? What about when something amazing happens, right? And you're like, oh my God, I got this promotion at work, or I just lost 50 pounds, and there's no one there to share it with you. There's nothing worse, like, when you're sitting there, and don't get me wrong, I appreciate friends, I appreciate family, but when I'm looking at a beautiful sunset and the arms of the man that I love are not around me, the sunset is not as beautiful because I'm not sharing it with somebody. When you have a meal and your meal is delicious, you want somebody to taste it. Well, not really, because I want to eat it all, but you know what I mean. Like my grandma, oh, you got to try this. All right, I have food no, you have to. And it gives you pleasure to share that pleasure with another. So for those of us that are single and are living your best life, quote unquote, great. But I really like, I'm never gonna, I don't need nobody and this and that. No, I do. I miss having my somebody. I get invited to a wedding in September, and like, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of guys, but like, who am I going with? So like, it's nice to know you have that plus one. It's nice to know you have something to look forward to with your significant other. So I mean, my question is, are you happy? Are you happy in your single life? Are you happy in your married life? And if you checked off it's complicated, we're going to talk about that too, because I don't even know what the fuck that means. It's complicated, but you got to be happy there. And if you're not happy there, then where do you go to get happy? Right? So that's what I want to, we'll talk about, but I know I've been yapping for a bit, so I have to check comments now. Hey, Jimmy, good morning. So Gina, married happily for the most part, thin line between love and like sometimes. Well, actually, I don't even think it's love and like. I think that a lot of times when you're married, and even when you're friends or you're with somebody, sometimes you could love them, but not like them very much, and I think that that's okay, because sometimes people do shit you don't like. So like, I love you to death, but I'm not liking you right now, like even a little bit. Right. So that's kind of like the difference there. And I think it's okay to feel that way. Tony. Hi, Tony. Hi, Jimmy. All right, hold on a second. All the comments went crazy because Karen's been yapping her mouth. So let me get on here. Okay. Let me see. Gina, love my Billy right now because he's mopping the floors. That's so funny, right? So some like people get off on that. Listen, it's all good. I'm happy with my friends. No one to answer to when I want it. It's theirs. Again, I don't know who that is. Okay. I agree. We do have okay, not sure what that means. Okay, Giselle, single, dating, and happy. Pros and cons to being single and being with somebody. Abso-freaking-lutely. Let me see. Marianne, Karen, I'm happy to a point because being single and alone is not good either. I would love to find someone for companionship, not only for sex, but to do things with you that you enjoy and someone to enjoy my life with. Abso-freaking-lutely. I mean, that's the whole point, is that, I know a lot of people that just like to be alone. And don't get me wrong, I like my alone time. And anybody that knows me knows that I can be recluse like that. I like to be in my own little corner, in my own little world, and I'm good. But I like to be around people that I like. And I hate to say this, and I might sound really fucked up to say this, but not that I don't like a lot of people, but I don't know. I don't gel with a lot of people. And I'm finding that my son is going through this as well, which is really disheartening to me because, my husband was the type of person that everybody loved. So like I could say hello to somebody and they would give me a dirty look. My husband could tell them to go fuck themselves, and 5 minutes later they were hugging him. And I'm like, wait, what did I miss here? And so my kid is experiencing something in the middle of that. And I hate it because my husband was supposed to be the one to teach him how to be the one that everybody loved. And he ain't here to do it. So, it's very difficult when I am different, and I know I'm different, and I own it. And people either love me for it or they can't stand me. And that's okay. But I tried not to be different. I tried to quote unquote fit in because I always felt like I never fit in. And then I realized that I don't fit in and I'm never going to fit in. And I will change every single day in my life to be a better person, but I am not changing every single day in my life to make you like me. If you don't like me, you don't have to like me. I'm okay with that. I live in my own skin. I get that I'm not for everybody. I get that I am very straight up and a lot of people don't want to hear that. Everybody says they want to hear the truth until someone says it to them. And then when somebody says it to them, now all of a sudden, oh, they always got something to say, blah, 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 blah. You know what? Then don't freaking ask me. That's how I look at it. So you got to find your people. Because if you don't have your people, then you're better off in your own company. Because, you want to have people that, like, I try to be everybody's cheerleader. And that may sound silly to you guys, but I think it's very important. And what I mean by that is that I have friends that are trying to do things. And you know what? Maybe 10, 15 years ago, I would have looked at it and gone, like, you really want to do that? Like, that's, but now I'm like, you know what? I listen to where they're coming from. And then, you know what? I'm your biggest fan. Go for it. You can do it. One of my friends, who was a dear friend of mine, was a DJ, right? By trade years ago, and then was going into another field in like the I don't know, mortgages or something. I'm like, what the hell are you doing mortgages? That's not you. You're a performer. They DJ'd, they sang, they did all these things. I kept saying, you got to get back to that. You're an artistic person. You can't do a 9 to 5 like that. It's not you. So they didn't pass whatever test you got to pass to do that or whatever. P.S. Jump into the here and now. They blew up now. They're all over Facebook. They used to watch my show and I used to have, like more listeners than I have now. But now they got thousands and thousands of views. And I was always the number one cheerleader saying, you got to get back to this. This is what you got to do. And that's what we need in life, is somebody that can tell us we can do it. So many people want to see you fail. So that's why it's so important to have the right people in your corner. So you know what? If you check off it's complicated list to me, or whatever, spot, why is it complicated? Because the person that you're with don't fit with you, right? Or it's complicated because you're dating a married person, and they're going to leave their spouse like, any century now. It's complicated because you're cheating on your significant other because you're telling the person that you're fucking that they don't fuck you, right? I mean, where are we going with all of this? Like, people are so disingenuine. I mean, like, how do we have relationships like that? What about the friends that all talk about each other? They're the first ones. The minute you walk away, whispering, right? So yeah, are you single? Are you married? Is it complicated? It's all complicated, right? So you got to know the people that you have around you. And then you got people that, so now, okay, now that I'm single, right? Which I'm a widow, right? So my mother-in-law tells me I'm not single, I'm a widow. Okay, so I'm a widow. So now all of a sudden, I hear stories from people, oh, well, this person didn't like the fact that their spouse was buying you a drink or whatever. I'm sorry, what? They don't like it. What are you talking about? It's not like I'm banging them in the fucking bathroom. They bought me a drink and we all know each other. That's being, in my opinion, that's just being, doing the right thing by people that you know. I don't think that there's anything wrong with doing something nice for somebody if you're married or in a relationship, as long as they're not handing you the drink and sticking their finger in it or doing something like that. Then you got the wrong person. But, I hear stuff like that, and people, they over here, like the women are giving me, get the fuck out of here. Back it up. I don't want your man. I had something go on a couple of weeks ago where I am on a daily basis, right? And maybe it was longer than that. And this guy was clearly drunk. And he was, talking to me or whatever. And then, and I shut him down, and I had no idea who he was. And I was shutting him down. And then he's like hitting on me, like overtly. The other ones were more like, subtle or whatever. Then this was like overt, where I said to him, you need to like back it up right now. Now, I had no idea he was married and his wife was there. Picture that shit. And guess who she would have come after? Me, who was like, back it up. And I didn't even know that he was married. I had no clue because I just didn't, the way he was behaving, in my opinion, was extremely inappropriate. He didn't know me. You don't know me like that. Do not joke around with me like that. I'm all fun and games until you cross my lines. And if I don't know you, my line is going to be a lot thicker than if I do. Because if I know you and I know you're messing around, it's one thing. But people need to get those boundaries, because if you are in a relationship with somebody, do not make the other person be in a bad situation, right? Because that's what happens. Because always when somebody is doing the wrong thing and they're in the relationship, the person that they're doing the wrong thing to is going to go after the other person and not the person that they're in the relationship with, right? So let me see here. First of all, thank you guys for tuning in to Coffee Talk with Karen. We are live on MiamiMikeRadio.com. We are live on the Karen Stacey page. Hit that thumbs up button. Turn your notifications on. We are live on the Real Talk Coffee Talk group. Join the group. Invite all your friends. We are live on YouTube and Twitch, Real Talk Karen Stacey. Make sure you subscribe. And of course, on every major podcast platform. Hit those subscribe buttons. It makes a difference. Victor, 25 years married, 34 years together since high school. God bless. Yes, I was with my husband at 21. Rita P, good morning. Facebook user, good morning, Karen. How are you? I cannot see your name. So let me see. Rita said, I was married for 22 years and I was miserable, fat and very sad. Got divorced and have been happier, will stay engaged forever. You know what? I have to tell you that even when my husband had proposed to me, so how old was I? I was 31, right? I bugged. I was like, married, like I was like, oh my God, like that was a lot for me, right? But it was the greatest thing I ever did in my life. But that being said, I have my child. I'm not having any more. And I don't know that I would get, I never say never, because you know what? The world is a crazy place and shit happens, and you may say never and then never comes and bites you in the ass. So I'm not going to say never, but I would agree that I think I would stay engaged indefinitely. I mean, if you got that beautiful ring that sparkles and tells everybody that you're taken, I don't know, I'd be good with that. The only thing that I would do is make things more legal on paper, where maybe you could do like a domestic partnership or something like that, so that God forbid, if anything ever happens to either one of you, you are not asked out because you are not legally married. That would be the only thing. Who is this person on here? You probably screw your dog. I don't even know. Carmela, there's something going on this feed, and it's on Facebook, a Facebook user, and I don't know what page it's on. But if you could please figure out what's going on there, because whoever that is not very nice. Savia, well, me and Christine get married, Karen, you are invited to the wedding. All right, I'll host it for you. Tony, not married, but engaged. Still no ring in my finger, living life. There you go. Marianne, Karen, and I have noticed that women with children have more luck meeting a guy than myself with no children. My birds are my children. I am an animal lover. I am divorced, single, but would marry again. No. I don't know. I mean, I'm 7 years. It's going to be 7 years, August 2nd, that my husband is gone. So I don't know what to say about that one in terms of it being, I think it's harder when we have children, especially if they're younger children. I think it's harder because people don't want to get involved with people that have children, especially, like I said, younger, older children. A lot of the guys that I was meeting had older kids, and Noah was a baby. Right now he's 12, but he was 5 when my husband died. So like I was like a leper, like, stay away from her. She's looking for somebody to take care of a kid, which I wasn't. And I'm still not. I take care of my own kid. I got no problem with that. I would hope that whatever man comes into my life, and it's ironic, I was talking to Noah about that yesterday. And I said, you see people that are in relationships and there are children from other relationships, and, someone is the quote unquote step parent, right? And that causes so much tension in a household when the couple is not on the same page with their children. If you're going to choose somebody to be in your life, this is my personal opinion. If you're going to choose somebody to be in your life, you're choosing them because of their, the way you feel about them. Hopefully their morals, their values. Hopefully you guys are like-minded. So, I would think that it would be okay for them, it's okay for them to watch the kids, but it's not okay for them to discipline the kids. I mean, I've seen this in a couple of scenarios, and, I feel like I'm the type of person, and anybody that knows me knows, I'm the type of person, like, I treat everybody's kid like they're my own. And I have no issue telling another kid something that needs to be said. Now, do I have to work on my delivery? Yes, because I speak to my son a certain way, and a lot of children aren't spoken to in the same manner in which I speak to my child. But, as far as I'm concerned, as long as it's coming from the right place, that's what's important. But as far as women or men that have children, and younger children, I think that's a difficult, it's actually more difficult, Marianne, in my experiences. Hey, Leslie, good morning. Okay, let me see. Okay, hold on. And again, there are a lot of you, maybe you're on my personal page. I cannot see your names. So if I'm reading things, I'm just going to read them because I don't know who you are. So please forgive me. If you go on the Karen Stacy page where you see where the thing is on the screen, go to that page. I'll probably be able to see you. So it says, Facebook user, single can be good and comfortable, but to me, when you date the right person, things just fall into place. Nothing beats it. I agree with that. Be patient. The fairy tale ending is out there. When I say fairy tale ending, remember, fairy tales are full of hardships to get to the happy ending. I'm not sure who that was, but I agree with you wholeheartedly. Karen, you are definitely on point. Sharing something with someone is the key, but the emptiness is there. I am not happy being single. Okay, there you go. Giselle, it's taken me some time to get to the happy place. Well, unfortunately, we all have, and I don't want to use the word baggage because that's the totally wrong word. We all have past experiences that mold us into the human we are today. Sometimes we don't have the time to process all of it, and everything in life is all about timing, right? So that's why, like, I say to myself, like I said to somebody, I'm like, wow, it's 7 years and I'm still like not even with anybody, not even like prospectively, nothing. I still have certain people in my life, and it's like a holding pattern everywhere, right? And I say to myself, I wonder why. Like, maybe I'm just not, every time I think about it, I say, well, you know what? I think I'm ready for it. And then I think about it and I see this holding pattern I have over me. And I say to myself, maybe I'm not ready for it. Maybe, the fact that I don't want to put my clothes away is the reason why I'm not, with Mr. Right now. Can't say for sure, but I'm just saying, sometimes in life, you got to go through what you got to go through. And when people jump into your life, it may interrupt the lesson that you need to learn. That makes sense. You know what I mean? Leslie, I miss being in love, but it takes work. And right now I'm doing me. I'm good with that for now. Amy, there is nothing like having a companion to share happy times with. That's what I miss. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yep, ditto. Okay. Hey, Joe Q, how are you? Yep, facts. Preach. Uh-oh. She ain't lying. Victor, I don't ever tell a lie, my love. I say it like it is. And that's why people either love me or they don't like me at all. You're never going to hear somebody go, yeah, you know that Karen says she has a talk show. She has that really annoying voice and she wears those like huge glasses and stuff. They're never going to be like, yeah, she's cool. No, they're going to either be like, you know what? I fucking love that girl. Or they're going to be like, she is so annoying. Who the fuck does she think she is? And that voice and those outfits and those glasses. And what about that hair? Trust me when I tell you, I know it and I'm all good with that. So I speak the truth. And most of the people that follow me and that are with me all appreciate that, right? And the people that don't, that speaks volumes about them, right? Because I rather know the truth and I rather hear the truth than and know what I'm dealing with than have somebody perpetrating the fraud. Eunice, you're here. Good morning. Oh, look who's here. The beautiful Mia in the building. Linda, I am realizing that every day, and sometimes it hurts when it is someone you thought that was in your corner. Let me tell you something, Linda. There is nothing worse than learning the hard way who is in your corner and who isn't. 110%. It's terrible. So again, Facebook user, I'm in a relationship right now and it's awesome. Laugh, dance, drink, chores, walk her dog, fill the coffee pot. What's next? Laundry. I'm in a couple state of mind. Again, not sure who you are, but awesome. Here we go. Preacher Diva in the building. I know this is what I do. What can I tell you? Somebody, again, Facebook user, I am going through a divorce. I've been going through this for 3.5 years and living with him in the process. Ay, ay, ay. Also, days I get depressed, I'm hurt that he pulled the rug out from underneath me. He just said he wanted to be single and can't work on the relationship anymore, but he was never home anyway. Well, I'm not sure who you are because all that's coming up is Facebook user, and I'm sorry to hear that. And there is nothing worse. I was having this discussion with someone as well. When you got to get that, when you got to rip that Band-Aid off, okay? I was just talking, another thing I was saying, right? One of the healers, Donna Martini, was on the show with me, and she said the sword has to go through. So what does that mean? It means that you got to, when the sword is in you and you got stabbed, it's got to go all the way through. And then you got to get it out. Because a lot of us leave it there and we try to heal around that. The scar will always be there because it is an open wound. Okay. And most of us do not want to go there because it fucking hurts. Okay. I was one of those people. I was like, I'm not feeling that shit. No way. If I let myself feel that, I'll die because the pain in my heart is too great. I can't do it. And she said to me, you can do it and you need to do it because right now you're living that pain every single day. So until you allow yourself to truly feel it, you will not ever heal from it. So the pain of losing my husband, it's like if you ever hurt yourself so bad, like let's say like you burn yourself, right? Like by mistake, you burn yourself and you can like see that you're burning yourself and your central nervous system doesn't know how to respond. And the pain is so great that you like leave your body, right? And it's almost like you're watching this in slow motion, right? You guys with me? You understand this? And so that pain is so great that your body, you actually like leave it, right? Because you don't want to feel it. So who wants to feel that? Nobody, right? But if you don't feel it, you're never going to heal it. So for somebody that's in a divorce or going through a divorce, I was just talking, and finding out something from someone, and the same thing. You cannot live in the same place. I do not care what the situation is. Get the fuck out, because I know finances is impossible. I get it. But you cannot not be in a relationship and still be in a relationship. You cannot physically do it, because you will never, ever be able to move on and heal from it. And that's both parties. So I don't care whether they're not home or whether one's doing their thing, the other one, it's never going to be okay. If you are out, you're out, and that's it. Get divorced, you're divorced, get divorced, and keep it moving. If you're separated, you're living separately, but you didn't get divorced because of the legalities of it and the finances, but y'all are okay with that, and you got your person, they got their person, and it's all good, fine. But if you're living in the same house and you cannot move on with your life, that is not okay, and it will make anybody go out of their mother flipping mind. Okay? Can't do it. Some people, that's because some women are insecure with their relationships. A lot of people are insecure with their relationships, not just women, men and women are very insecure with their relationships. Being secure is the sexiest thing you can ever do. Remember that. Owning who and what you are and knowing what you bring to the table, that's what makes you sexy. And that's what makes you desirable, because you have people that are so insecure, right? I was talking about it yesterday, right? With the guy, right? The quote unquote geeky guy that was, looking up to the disgusting man I talked about that was making out with two different women. And he thought that this guy had the world by the balls, right? And I guess depending on what station what side of the street you're on, maybe you think they do. But the point is that if that guy was more secure in who and what he was, he would be attracting women. But no woman is going to be attracted to a man that doesn't even think he's enough of a man. No man is going to be attracted to a woman that doesn't think that she is all that of a woman. So if you aren't attracting people, you need to look into yourself, because a lot of people say, I hear it all the time, oh, I can't find a good guy. Oh, I can't find a good girl. Really? And I've had men physically say that to me that I might have been interested in. Yeah, there are no good women out there. No one's like that anymore. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Hello. Hi. Do you see me right here in front of you? Like, you don't even get it. It's like this, right over. Women, you can't find a good man. You can't find a good woman. Meanwhile, they're right in front of your face and you're too fucking stupid to see it. So, or blind. Let me not call somebody stupid. I take it back. Blind. From what reason, I don't know, but blind. Okay, Tony. Yeah, we all have those friends and talk shit after you walk away. But in the end, they just want to be like that other person. Yeah, there you go. Michael Smith, they must be drunk and blind. Yeah, I know I'm behind on the comments here. So the comments that I'm reading are probably from like 16 topics ago, because I'm the worst when it comes to that stuff. But I just want I'm listening to you guys. So for those of you that are new on the show, I bounce around a lot. I got the topic, but we go off I go off onto tangents. Men need to respect that boundary. Real talk, Victor, you think? Oh, but the problem is that people will not respect boundaries if you don't enforce them. Remember that. No one wants to be told no. All right, let me see. My ass got big good by the never. Right, you can never say never. Marianne, they say grass isn't greener. Well, that's the whole thing, is that, you know what? Most people do that. They're looking through, a window. You have no idea what it looks like where you're standing. So always remember that. I tell my son that all the time. That it's like people, he looks at things like he's looking at, families, and, he doesn't have his father, and he's around families where everybody has their father, right? So, I don't even know what that does to him, but I try to explain to him, you know what? Their father may not really be there. Their mother may not really be there. There are families that have both, and both the parents are out to lunch. And I said, I understand what it looks like, but you know what? You don't know what it actually is like. So please don't look at other people and think they got it better than you, because you got no idea what someone else is going through. You got people that are driving around in fancy cars and they can't pay their freaking bills, right? So not many people own what they are. They want people to look at them like they are a certain way. I got no problem like saying, hey, listen, this is where I'm at. And I don't need to tell everybody my personal business, but at the same token, don't push me either, because you don't know my reason why I'm not going to an event that costs $125 if I have to pay for it, because you don't know my financial situation. So if I tell you I'm going to work on it, or I'm going to whatever, leave it be. So people don't know what kind of a life you live. They assume. And remember what you make out of yourself when you assume. Okay. I guess you are okay at 60. I'm not sure what that means, Michael. Savian, it'll be a pleasure and honor to have you host my wedding. Absolutely. Gina, talking about engagement. My son, 15 years old, just asked me what's an engagement and the ring. What's the difference? He just started getting interested in girls. It was a conversation. I thought I would come later. Well, at least he's looking into commitment, and I like that. I don't see any comments on the other page. Again, I don't know where everybody is on my pages right now. I am on my personal page. I am on the Real Talk Coffee Talk group page, and I am on the Karen Stacy page. So most people are usually on there, and Carmela is moderating on, I guess, all the pages. My poor Carmela. Marianne, thank you, honey. Let me see. Hold on, the comments just went cuckoo-lookos. I'm coming back for you guys. Let me see. Hold on. All right. Okay, I'm getting back here. I'm sorry. I was behind, and then the comments go crazy. Share it out to Miami Mike Radio. Yeah, thank you, Victor. I'm going to have to approve it. Share it out wherever you can. You keep getting kicked from Facebook. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Hi, Tina Lee. How are you? Stamos is the fairy tale guy. Okay. Facebook user. Married for 36 years, was happy, and work on my last 3 years. Very complicated. I've tried everything to work on it with him. He feels that nothing's wrong. I'm tired of hearing it, a midlife crisis. Yeah, well, that is true. Men definitely do have midlife crisis. Victor, am I the only man in here? Victor, you are not the only man that follows Coffee Talk by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know what page you're on, but I can assure you that there are many men here. Let me see. There's Michael Stamos. Good morning. One feed not showing names. Yes, that's the reason why if you're on my personal page, I don't normally see your names. Alrighty, Victor, that's why we love you. I was so nervous to approach you, but I'm glad we got our pick. Don't ever be nervous to approach me. As long as you come to me like a lady or a gentleman, it's always all good. Thank you, Tony. Let me see. Hold on. The comments just went cuckoo-lookos. I'm coming back for you guys. Facebook user. Married for 36 years, was happy, and work on my last 3 years. Very complicated. I've tried everything to work on it with him. He feels that nothing's wrong. I'm tired of hearing it, a midlife crisis. Yeah, well, that is true. Men definitely do have midlife crisis. Let me see. Everybody is on my personal page. Okay, so get off the personal page. Click. You got to go to the Karen Stacey page. That's why people aren't seeing you. Yes, glad to see you too, Joe Q. To be honest, in my opinion, it's just easier to worry about keeping myself happy than worrying about someone else in a relationship. Monica, absolutely, that is true too. But the good thing about being in a relationship is that now if you're in the right relationship, that person is actually concerned about your happiness. So now there's two people that have your happiness, and there are two people that has their happiness. So two is always better than one if it's the right ones. Hey, Richie, how are you? Until you let go of the past, you can't move forward. Agreed, Giselle. Yeah, not healthy. Tommy, happily married 26 years. We have to work on it. Commitment, trust, and work it together. Absolutely. And I definitely was discussing that earlier. I don't know when you started. Yeah, 16 topics ago. I know, you know me. Let me just get to all of these comments because I just realized what time it was. So let me see. Karen, may your husband rest in peace. I could only imagine. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Marianne. I appreciate that. Let me see. Everybody say a prayer for me on Monday because it's a hard day for me. Let me see. Sylvia, social media is all smoke and mirrors. Believe half of the things you see because all that glitters ain't gold. Don't compare your life to others. Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay, Victor is on my personal page. Okay, Victor, that's why you're on my personal page. Most of the people are on the business pages, my sweetheart. Okay. Ricky Rick, good morning. Working late, just got up. Sorry, I haven't been on. Yes, we have missed you. Colleen, good afternoon. Karen, you could not see me, but you saw my comments. Okay, Colleen, I could not, but now I see you, my love. Gina, always approach our Karener bank. It definitely worse than the bite. Pulse, she is you're so silly. Okay, Marianne, Karen, to be honest, I do not know what men are looking for out there. If they are looking for a good woman, good-hearted, organized, animal lover, and more, here I am. Yeah, I know. Monday is 7 years that my husband is gone. So it's a tough day for me. Karen, good afternoon, and couldn't see. Yes, I see you now. All right. So that being said, you guys, again, you know, are you happy? Are you happy being single? Are you happy being married? Or are you happy being complicated? Okay. That's the question. Okay, Victor, there you are. The bark is worse than the bite. Yeah, I'm sorry. I cannot see I don't know why I can't see anymore. Anyway, just remember, you guys, that being happy is the key to everything in life, right? So let's just, try to do what we can to be happy. If you're single, be happy being single. If you're married, be happy being married. And if it's complicated, don't be happy with that shit. Change it, because complicated got nothing good comes out of complicated. So listen, I appreciate all of you tuning in today. It is hump day. So if any of you get your hump on, don't forget to scream out my name 3 times. I want to hear a lot of Karen's going on, because I'll take a virtual orgasm over nothing any day of the week. So I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. I hope that what I said to you guys today resonated with you. And I hope that maybe you approach life a little bit differently. Remember, tomorrow isn't promised. Don't be an asshole today. Get out there, live your life, be happy, be humble, be kind, and just spread some love and light, you guys. All right. So I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. for Coffee Talk with Karen. Much love, you guys. Ciao for now. Do you know who I am? I'm Karen Stacy. I have my own talk show. You can come to my talk show anytime. We have Coffee Talk with Karen every weekday at 11 a.m. and we have Real Talk with Karen Stacy every Tuesday at 8 p.m. It's not your mama's talk show. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. And let's have some fun, baby. You can find us on all social media platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Periscope, and on MiamiMikeRadio.com. Testing. Is this mic working? You better believe it is. I'll see you guys soon.